Hey there. Today I want to take a few minutes to talk about the three key things to get honest about while you are still pregnant. Because everyone knows that the most important thing that you can do while you are still pregnant is to gather your baby things, right? You need clothes, you need diapers, you need baby furniture, and you need a plan for where you will give birth. And then if you get these basics down, you're good, right? Well, today I want to encourage you to take just 15 minutes to get yourself ready emotionally by answering these three key questions to honor yourself and to go beyond the basics because you want a better experience than just fine, right? My name is Patricia. I am a postpartum doula and a sleep coach, and I support pregnant folks and new parents virtually, both as they're preparing for birth and postpartum and through the early weeks and months with their babies. And most families that I meet are doing pretty good on the baby gear. They've got like a registry set up and they've had a baby shower or sometimes two, and they're getting pretty good prenatal care. So they already know where they're giving birth and with whom, and sometimes they already know when they're going to meet their babies. But I have found that families who can get honest with these three questions before and after they've had their baby are better able to, number one, make a plan so that they can sort of reach their ideal birth and postpartum scenario. And number two, to adjust and adapt better when things kind of go sideways. And we all know they might. And so what are these three things to get honest about? Number one, get honest about your absolutes. What do you need for your birth and postpartum experience to feel safe or to feel supported, to feel strong, to feel understood? What do you absolutely want to see happen during your birth for you to feel like it went well? Do you need your partner there, or like your mom or a birth doula? Or maybe you don't want anyone else in the room at all, just you and your partner. And then, do you want a chance to labor without any interventions for as long as possible? Or do you absolutely need access to pain management, like an epidural or like nitrous, or a hot shower or a bath? Or maybe you would feel safest with like a scheduled C-section. That's okay. What do you need? And for your postpartum, for your recovery, for your early weeks with your baby, what can you not do without? Is it a daily shower or visitors? Or maybe a no visitor policy? Name that thing that you're putting your foot down about and honor yourself and your needs, and then share it with someone like your partner or your midwife or OB, or like send me a DM and share it with me. But definitely get honest about your absolutes, and then you can figure out a way to make them happen instead of just leaving it up to chance. Okay, number two. The number two thing to get honest about while you are still pregnant is your like dream outcomes for your birth and postpartum. Like the best case scenario, what would happen? This is like, if everything goes so well, what will your birth and labor look like? What will it be like to meet your baby? How will those first few hours go? The whole first day? How will you recover? And who will support you? Those are important questions to ask about like the best birth and postpartum experience. And I know that it can feel a little bit vulnerable to be like, like in my ideal birth scenario, I would like go into labor early in the morning and I would meet my baby 4 or 5 hours later, not too fast, not too slow. And there would be no complications. I would start breastfeeding and the baby would know what to do. And we'd get lots of sleep in the first week. Like maybe that makes you feel kind of self-conscious, or maybe even like one mom I talked to last month, she was really resistant to saying her dreams out loud because everything feels so uncertain. There's no way. Who knows how long the labor might be, or who knows what could go wrong. And everyone knows like babies cry so much in the first week and no one sleeps for the first month. But your dreams and desires for your birth and your postpartum, they really do matter. So don't discount this one. What would the best outcomes look like for you? And then do yourself the honor of exploring that vision. And then, maybe there are parts of it that you really can make happen. Just see what comes up for you. Okay, so the number one thing to get honest about is your absolutes, what you need. And the number two thing is get honest about your dreams for an amazing birth and postpartum experience. And the number three thing to get honest about is your fears. Yeah. What are you worried about for your birth and postpartum? What are you afraid could go wrong? And then what will happen after that? And I've heard lots of different kinds of answers to this question. Everything from like a medical emergency for mom or the baby, or for your partner to miss the birth, or not being able to breastfeed, or like slipping back into depression in the first weeks after giving birth. But what is it for you? And do you have someone safe that you can voice those fears with? Because like I said at the beginning, the reason that we want to get honest about these things is so that you can like make a plan to avoid the fears or to make the dream or the vision happen. And number two, to be able to switch gears and adjust when things don't go to plan. So take 5 minutes and think through honestly, what is one of your big fears, or what is something that you constantly worry about for your upcoming birth and postpartum? Are there outcomes for you that would make you feel like really disappointed or frustrated? And just see what comes up in your thoughts and your feelings, and then find someone to safely share those feelings with, like your partner or a trusted friend, or send me a DM and let me know that you saw this video. And please understand that all of your hopes and your dreams and your fears are valid. They are allowed. Okay? You are wise. And this pregnancy, this birth and postpartum, like it's huge, and how you meet your baby matters. So if you can be honest about these three things, your absolute needs, your dreamy dream outcomes, and your fears, then that will bring you one step closer to the outcome that you want. If you want to dig a little bit deeper into this topic, I invite you to check out my free online workshop. It's called the Fearless Fourth Workshop. It's at patriciagrenzman.com/free, or like send me a DM for a link. And you can find lots more information there about how to prepare, how to finish checking all the boxes while you're pregnant, to make sure that you have like a more thoughtful and meaningful birth and postpartum experience that you can feel like ready for and confident about. Okay, that's all for today. I look forward to hearing from you.